afternoon. We've come down again to Farriers, which I haven't been on for, well, I haven't done a blog on Farriers yet. Obviously with the COVID-19, and then they started spawning, so it's been closed for a while, but back open now, so we're on here. We're on peg 28, which is the second high bank swim. I've seen fish cruising around, so yeah, thought we'd come in here for a night. We've got 48 hours, so if we need to move, we'll move. But yeah, there are fish about, so hopefully we can bag a nice big fish for you. Right, this is the first rig going out. On the line I've got a couple of little sinkers. Just, I don't use tubing, so there you go, just got little sinkers on there as well. Lead clip system, that's a Fox one. But I've got the long tail rubber there, because also, like I said, I don't use tubing, so 4 ounce dumpy distance lead there from Alpha Leads. Proper pucker leads they are, real nice. Tungsten anti-tangle sleeve, little sinker just off the middle, and a Vardis gripper hook. That is obviously on a D rig for a wafter. And as the hook bait, I have got a CR Baits Nutrien round wafter there, but I've just trimmed it down. If you can see that, I've just put a little bit of pink on top. Every fish I've caught in here, like using colour, you know, I've caught fish on plain hook baits before, but every fish I've caught on colours has always been pink. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's the first rig going out. 12, 11 and 3/4 wraps to the left. So we'll put a bit of bait on that as well, and I'll put a foam nugget on that just before I cast it out. So this is the next rig going out, the last one. It's only 2 rods on Farriers, so again, little sinkers, lead clip exactly the same, Alpha Leads dumpy distance lead as normal, tungsten anti-tangle sleeve, little sinker in the middle. This time we're going for a Ronnie rig. Perfect little presentation over any bottom really, but it's quite clean over there, but I can just feel a couple of strands as I'm pulling the lead back, so I'm going to use that. Now I've weighted it, so if it does sit on a bit of strand, my rig is still going to sit on the deck, because I just tested it in the margin and there wasn't enough putty on it, and there was like a little bit of weed there and it was just sat up like that. So I've put putty on it, so if there is weed or anything, it will still sit like that. Like, it'll bend over like that and it will sit on the bottom perfectly. So I've got a Nutrien pop up there and a top 10s. That's acid pear, lovely. Nice size 4 gripper hook from Vardis. They are deadly sharp, they are proper deadly sharp. Little swivel as normal, little kicker, and the Vardis fluorocarbon. And just a little sinker in the middle, as you know already. So we're going to try that, see how that goes tonight. Right, I will just show you the mix that I am spawning out at the minute. The fish have just spawned, so I'm hoping they're going to get on the munch. Not a lot has been caught, in all fairness, in the last, well, since it's been open. Last Wednesday I think it opened, and not a lot has been coming out, so I thought I'd try something different. I normally just spom out boilies and that's it. So yeah, I'll show you my spot mix. Right, so this is it pretty much. We've got halved 18mm boilies in there. They're the Nutrien. We've got some full 15mm Nutrien boilies in there. We've got 3 tins of sweet corn and Monster Particles Monster Mix. So that's our mix, and we've doused that in liquid cloud. I don't know if you can see that there, it's all sticky, and in the tiger nut extract from CR Baits. So that's the mix that I'm using. Quite a lot of corn, but you know, it's a visual thing, so I'm hoping that gets us some bites, but you never know. So that is the mix going out. Right, so that's the mix. Time to get some gear out there. Just popped into the swim, just having a look around, come out the bivvy, and they are fizzing up like crazy on my spot. There's more fish feeding, I hope. I hope it is anyway. So hopefully we can get a bite. Well, good morning. Unfortunately, it was a fishless night last night. I had a couple of liners, but no fish. So it is actually 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 7. I've had a look in the swim next door. First eye bank, peg 30 area. And there are still fish showing there, and there are fish to over £50 in here, so it would be nice to get a fish in the net. So I think, like I said, we're going to give it another hour and a half, and then we're going to think about getting on the move. So the fish have been there the last 2 nights. It was there last night, I heard him, and then I spoke to an angler who's fishing opposite on Toilet Point, who's gone home now, but he said he saw him boshing there the night before. So, you know, I probably should have gone in there, but I saw a lot more fish this side, and there were fish boshing on me last night. Well, not on me, but in the swim, so, you know, so we'll see. But if I do get a bite before I move, I'll let you know. Well, check that out. It's only £22.5, but who cares? Stunning Farriers common. Wow. Took on the 11 3/4 wrap spot to the left on the Nutrien wafter that I trimmed down with a little pink topper on it. On the on the D rig from Vardis. Wow, absolutely made up. It's been closed for a while, so it's nice to get back into a few fish. Wow, absolutely gutted, absolutely beautiful, stunning fish. Thank you. Just put that fish back. Started absolutely melting it down again, so there's only one thing for it: a celebratory giant crumpet, and a nice hot cup of coffee. Cheers. Two rods are redone, so all the baits are good for tonight. One or two spoms on the spots, just a little refresh, that's all. So they are all set. The traps are set, as I would say. So for now, I'm going to have a couple of minted lamb burgers and a cup of coffee. So if anything happens, I'll keep you posted. Another Farriers common. That was towards the poke hole at 14 1/4 wraps. Changed that to a D-rig last night because I did a bit more leading around and it was real clear, so fancied a bit of a change, so I put a D-rig on. It's only £17, but it's still a Farriers common, so. And another fish for the block. Happy days. We're going to put some treatment on it because it's got a couple of scales lifted this side. I think that's due for spawning and stuff, because they've not long spawned. So we'll get some carp care cream on her, and we'll get her back. Beautiful. Wow. Also just had that lovely little 17 pounder, so happy with that. On the other spot, that was obviously taken on the new Tream wafter. I put the same rig out that I had that first fish on, obviously if it's working. So both rods are on that. Still a few hours of the session left, and I've still got the rod out to the left, so you know there's still a chance of another bite. I'm going to get this rod back out on the spot. But the fish has bird me hook. What I'll do is I'll put a picture of it up here. Yeah, so fish has bird me hook, but that's what you get when you have super sharp hooks. You know, these hooks from Vardis are absolutely deadly. So I don't mind a hook burrowing over from a fish. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So just tie another rig. So same rig. We're just going to take all the bits off. So take the sinker off. That can go there so we don't lose it. Take the anti-tangle sleeve off. We don't want to lose that either. And we will also take off the little hook ring swivel, because we don't want to lose that either. There you go. So the rig's all dismantled now. We're going to chuck that in the bin because we don't want to leave nothing in the peg. So there we go. This is the Vardis fluorocarbon that I use. It's absolutely mint stuff. It's like in between supple and stiff. So I'll get a fair old whack of that off. Put that away. And then put it in your teeth. Ooh. Rub it down like that and it goes straight. So happy days. I'll get my hook. Brand new hook out the packet. Deadly sharp. Do the nail test on it and it just sticks there. So what we're going to do is we'll get the hook flat like that in your fingers, just like that, look. and then put the tag end in the eye. Not all the way, you only want like, oh, get it in the eye. Only want like that much poking through, not a lot. Fold the fluorocarbon back over the shank of the hook, and then pinch it on the bend. Pinch the hook on the bend, so the fluorocarbon's running down the back of the shank. There you go. Fold the material back over, so you got the fluorocarbon in your fingers, and then, ooh, hold on, go around 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is the tough bit, because you've got to hold all this together. You've got to get this tag end through that loop that you've created by pinching it. Oh, it's all unraveling. There you go. So you've got a little tiny loop there. It's hard to show you on camera, but so put that back through and pull that, and then that little bit of fluorocarbon you had in your eye, pull that out like that, and then pull it, and pull the other one, and get it in your teeth, and just pull it. Not too hard to start with, just enough to sort of like pinch the knot, and then wet it. And then really pull it tight. And that's a whipping knot created. Nice and simple. Cut that little tag end off. Now I always put this whipping knot sort of where the edge of the whipping knot, where the barb would normally be. And then I put my hook ring swivel on, so that goes all the way down to the hook, just like that. Put the long tag end back through the eye, so then you've done that, look. So it's back through the eye and you've done that. So you make that D as big or as small as you want, so that's roughly how big I have it. So hold the D and do a 5-turn whipping knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go back over the knot once. Hold on. There you go, put all the knot down tight. Now I go back over the knot just the once. Obviously pinch all that together and then back through the eye. So that's your knotless knot created. Nice and easy. Just before you pull it down tight, just wet it and pull it tight. And there you go. There's a D-rig created. Nice and simple. Just put your sinker back on and your anti-tangle sleeve, and then put your bait on, and you are ready to go. So if you don't know how to do that, just get yourself a little splicing needle like that one. That's the Ridge Monkey one, and then you can actually put these little sinkers onto a splicing needle. So I'm going to find the hole. There you go. Just tease it onto the needle gently. Don't push it too hard, because it will just come out the side. So you've got to keep adjusting it. So it's half on the needle there. Look, you've got to keep adjusting it. And there you go. There you go. On the needle. So then, obviously, just place that on there. Pull the gate over. Push that down, and I always push that like quite far down to start with. And obviously your anti-tangle, just cut that little bit off so we can get our anti-tangle sleeve on. Now to be fair, I never measure my rigs, I just do it by eye, and I normally have them about that long. I don't know if you can see that, about that long. So it's just a simple figure of 8 loop. So loop the line up together like that. So you got a loop, and then twist the loop away from you, and then put the big loop back through there, and there you go, a figure of 8. So always wet it before you pull it down. Then I like to get a little loop puller, like a chodic tool or whatever, and a puller, and then as I'm pulling, pull the tag end as well. You have to pull the tag end. And there you go. That there is your finished rig. Pulled it off. Nice little loop in the end with your anti-tangle sleeve there. Pull that sinker. That sinker must be less than halfway from the anti-tangle sleeve, because you want that sinker to sink first, and then it kicks the bait away. If that was there, you'd probably get a big loop in it or something. So that's got to be less than halfway. So just like that. And that is your finished rig. The D rig, wafter rig, whatever you want to call it. That's the rig I've had the 2 bites on. So all obviously Vardis components. So yeah, happy days. Well, I'm going to put my bait on the swivel now that's on the D. So I've got some floss, some bait floss. Just stick that through the swivel, like so. You want it sort of even on the edges, look. So you're left with that then. And I've already trimmed down my bait. This is the new Tream wafter, and I've already put the pink foam on the front. So just pull that down a little bit. There you go. Put your floss in the hook of the baiting needle and pull that on. Now I always have quite a lot of floss because these baits are nice and hard, but to start with I always pull it too far into the bait, and I'll explain why in a second. So you cut your floss off, so you're left with a short tag end there, look. Get your lighter and obviously blob it. Just flatten that out with your finger. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little gap in between the bait and the foam. So this is why you push the swivel all the way in, and then you can pull it back out again, and now it's right, look. It's pushed that foam onto the bait nice and steady, and it's coming out the swivel nice. So loads of movement there, which is what the rig is all about. So look at that, look. That hook just wants to twist anywhere it goes. So perfect rig, 2 nice clean spots, 2 bites. Gotta be happy with that. Well, obviously we lost the lead in battle. To be fair, I like to drop the lead. It's not for everyone, I know. Not everyone likes to drop the lead, and that's completely down to you. But in here, in Farriers, they have a fish fit swimming around here to over £50. So I don't want a 4 ounce lead to add to that. So this is why I use these lead clips, because they drop the lead. So this is the lead I use. It's a 4 ounce dumpy distance lead from Alpha Leads. New company, just started, but proper decent leads. So yeah, pop over to their Facebook page and have a look. Speak to Jack Jenkins so he can sort you out. So obviously the big swivel goes on the arm like so. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, and then just push that over. But before you push it over, just wet it with some spit like that. and then push that on. There we go. Happy days. Oh, check that out. 34.5 pounds of beautiful Farriers common. It's nice to get a couple of, amongst a couple of the bigger ones. First 30 of the year, so definitely happy with that. I am buzzing. Cool. I knew it was a decent fish when it went in the net because it's as wide as it is deep, so happy with that. There is a scale lifted, so we'll put some more carp care on it. Beautiful. Well, it's not something you see every day. Just had a real twitchy bite. Sort of bobbing went to the top of the rod, well, just about. Rod tip was knocking a little bit, so I thought I've got to pick it up and see what's on the end. There was a pike on the end, so I thought it was a carp when I first sort of felt something. Reeling in for ages before I felt anything, and then saw the pike, and then went to net it. It jumped over the net and nearly into the boat, and then cut me off. So yeah, now we got to re-tackle up now. So yeah, we'll get that done. I'll put the rod back out. To be fair, we've only got another hour of the session left, but you never know. So yeah, get re-tackled up, get the rod back out for the last hour, slowly start packing up. But if I get another bite, I'll let you know. Right, that's the session over. We're all packed up. I've got all the kit on the porter. We're at the car, so it's time to go home. I had a cracking session. Them 3 fish, it was hard enough. It was going to be hard enough to get 1 fish out of here, so to get 3 bites, more than happy. Lake's not fishing that easy at the minute, so you know, with only 1 or 2 bites coming out last week, so yeah, definitely happy. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next vlog. Tight lines.